Turn to our conversation for tonight. President Tinubu announced yesterday that a 30-day National Youth Conference will be held to foster unity among young people and also in a way to proffer solutions to some of the challenges in the country.
I am pleased to announce the gathering of a National Youth Conference. This conference will be a platform to address the diverse challenges and opportunities confronting our young people, who constitute more than 60% of our population. It will provoke meaningful dialogue and empower our young people to participate actively in nation building by ensuring that their voices are heard in shaping the policies that impact their lives. We are creating a pathway for a brighter tomorrow. The 30-day conference will unite young people nationwide to collaboratively develop solutions to issues such as education, employment, innovation, security, and social justice. The modality of this conference and selection of delegates will be designed in close consultation with our young people through their representatives.
So what do you think about the proposed youth confab? Great idea, or what CDHR calls a waste of resources? Let's hear from you. You can tweet about it. Remember to use the hashtag Beyond 100 Days, tag at Nifemi Oguntoye and at TVC News NG. I'm joined by founder Connected Development, Hamzat Lawal, and also the Deputy National Youth Leader, Ohaneze Ndigbo Youth Wing, Worldwide, Jones Owosoya. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the program. Mr. Hamzat, let me begin with you. What are your initial thoughts on Mr. President's proposal? Do you think it's a genuine attempt to empower young people or a political gesture?
No, I don't think it's a political gesture. We've ended politics. Now is the time for governance. And the father of the nation have thought it wise in his wisdom to bring young people together to talk to themselves. And I think this is incredible. It is incredible because you and I know that young people don't speak to themselves. And the way they converse on digital media or even at various forums, it doesn't inspire. They're only talking about issues that divide us. And I'm really excited that Mr. President has taken a strong step to say, you know what, these young leaders, as the future of this great country, come together and have a confab. Yes, we've had confabs in the past, but we've never had a confab that is centered around young people, that all the delegates would be young people talking to themselves. But beyond talking to themselves, starting a new cause that is about young people. And since it's the president that is leading this initiative, it means that whatever the outcome is, it definitely would be implemented. So we must commend Mr. President, and I'm really excited that he has come up with this initiative. And yeah, we look forward to this confab. But most importantly, we need to also discuss who becomes the delegates of this confab, what inform the selection criteria.
Indeed.
And I will share some of the ideas as we move forward.
We'll talk about that shortly. Let me hear from Ohaneze Ndigbo. As the youth wing of your organization officially reacted to this proposal. Mr. Jones.
Yeah, of course we have. Yeah, we have. I hope you're hearing me.
I can hear you clearly. Please go ahead.
If you recall very well, you may remember that Ohaneze Ndigbo Youth Wing is one of the organizations.
Did you see Papa?
That have...
Who remove it?
Go ahead, Mr. Jones.
Am I on?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, so that is it. Ohaneze Ndigbo Youth Wing worldwide has been at the forefront of the advocacy for a youth confab. If you remember very well, about 3 weeks ago when I was on this on a program on TVC, I also mentioned that it is necessary for the young people of Nigeria to come together to decide their future, to talk about their future. It is the absence of a government a government confab, a program like this that makes it look like the youths are talking in discordant tones. And a lot of people, especially subversive elements, are taking advantage of the anger or misunderstanding of Nigerian youths to propagate narratives that may not be correct about Nigeria. This initiative by the president is highly commendable. And the Ohanese Youth Wing has already come out to say we are very ready to participate. We are very ready to come on a round table to talk about the future of Nigeria. And the president must be commended and also encouraged not to allow political hawks to hijack this very laudable initiative. Young people of Nigeria should be allowed to get themselves together, send in representatives who will go to Abuja or wherever the confab we hold and discuss and decide what they want for themselves. Indeed. For the future of Nigeria.
I hear you loud and clear.
With respect to our
Mr. Jones, please allow me to butt in. I seem to have a panel of discussioners who seem quite optimistic about this proposal by Mr. President. Mr. Hamzat, there are discordant tones already. I'm wondering how you respond to CDHR's criticism that this conference will be a waste of resources and that it wouldn't address pressing issues like full subsidy removal and education funding. According to them, young people have spoken already through the End SARS protest and the End Bad Governance protest, and that their demands are right there in public glare.
You see, I think that people need to be careful in the sense that you say people went on the street, which is their constitutional right, to protest and guaranteed by law. And in that protest, how did they come up with a resolution? Was there a dialogue? This is an opportunity to dialogue amongst young people and present a unified voice. Because you see, over decades, we've not had a confab that have given us an opportunity for young people to even have a unified voice and say, Mr. President, these are our demands. These are our ideas. This is what we think should be today's Nigeria. This is how we want a transition into a future that is prepared for young people and where young people are prepared to also take mantle of leadership while contributing to today's Nigeria. I think also that because this is democracy, so everyone has a right to her own opinion because democracy allows for dialogue and freedom of speech. But let us not be deterred. Let us not be distracted. You see, this is a time for governance, and I'm excited that Mr. President is creating a platform, for the president of the country to say, come together and talk to yourselves. And at this point, he's not even saying, he's not even saying, we're going to focus on a particular group. He's talking to the youth as a country. And so for me, the next thing I'm looking at is, okay, are we going to work with the African Youth Charter that says 18 to 35? Or we'll look at our demography here in Nigeria and say, you know what, let's even expand it from 18 to 45 or 50. Will be these young people that would come into the hall. But if you even ask me, someone like me, I want to be an observer. You know why? I represented Nigeria at the United Nations Youth Conference when I was 24 years old. Now I'm 37. I represented Nigeria again to inform what is now the Sustainable Development Goal that should be achieved in 2030. So I want to see more younger person. I want to see a 24 me in this confab. I want to see a 30-year-old me in this confab. Let's give the space for the youth to come together and talk to themselves. And when we even say the youth, mind you, yes, we know that political wings, and when I say political wing, all the major political party wings, and even the IPAC political wing will be represented. But let's not forget, like we have the Ohanese Indigo, we have the Arewa, we have Ududua Youth Wing. We also have different, we have MSS, that's the Muslim Youth Wing, Student Youth Wing. We have NANT, we have Youth Council, we have Youth Parliament. We also have different wings like Ansaruddin, Nawairuddin is born. They have their youth wing. We have civil society youth wing. We have a community-based organization. We have civil NGOs. We also have humanitarian-based organizations. So young people in business, in entrepreneurship. And when you talk about business and entrepreneurship, you can look at young people that is part of the Nigerian Young Professionals Forum. Diaspora also, young diaspora. So this is a platform to bring all of this group together, to dialogue, to disagree, to agree, and come with a resolution, speaking in one voice, and presenting it to the father of the country, the president who has thought it wise that this is important in this critical junction. And I think that this is a consolidation for people who are aggrieved on the aftermath of the NSAS, of the end bad governance. This would serve as a consolidation to add their voice to something that the Federal Executive Council, the state governors, local government chairmen can work on.
And I like the question of who will attend in a country where some youth representatives in political parties are in their 50s and their 60s. There's the big question of how do we get genuine representative of young Nigerians for these kind of